Hi guys, it's Chelsea. So I've been sitting here trying to figure out what kind of videos to make and post for you guys, and I kind of came up with this thing. I guess I didn't come up with it on my own. Just did a little research to kind of see what new YouTubers do. So you guys are going to get up close and personal with the awkward Chelsea Ray today. I don't know, I'm sure you guys have, because it's really obvious. This side of my face, clearly this eyebrow doesn't match this eyebrow, this eye doesn't match this eye, ever. So doing makeup is pretty difficult for me. The story behind all of this, though, is whenever I was like 5 or 6, can't really remember, I really can't, I was in a car wreck, and this entire side of my face caved in, and I had to have reconstruction surgery. And as I got older, as you can see, it didn't quite do what it should have, I guess. It doesn't match. I'm hoping one day to get it fixed, but right now it's just my way of being unique, I guess. I have a lot of complications with it. There's stuff in my face that I have a reaction to whenever I cry. So now I am officially allergic to my own tears. Whenever I was in high school, I got bullied because of it. And let me tell you, being a bully is not cool. It's not cool at all. Caused me a lot of problems later on in life. I did a lot of stupid things because of the bullying. I guess I could tell you guys. I mean, you guys can judge me if you want. You guys can unsubscribe to me. I don't care. Whenever I was 15 or 16, the bullying was really bad. I started cutting myself, and I started drinking pretty heavily, smoking cigarettes, which I was doing that early on too. But the bullying was just really bad. You know, I got super depressed. I just didn't want to go to school anymore. You know, it's really awful. And your girl attempted suicide a few times. And let me tell you guys, okay, if you are ever considering suicide, let me tell you, it is not the answer. Alright? It's not the answer. If I would have successfully attempted, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I wouldn't have my beautiful daughter. I wouldn't have a life with my amazing boyfriend. Like, I wouldn't have all of these great things. I wouldn't, you know, get to see my kid grow up. I wouldn't get to sit here and make YouTube videos for you guys every day. And if you are ever thinking about it, I want you guys to reach out to me. I want you guys to reach out to somebody. Here's a hotline, you know, for you guys. I just don't want you to ever feel like you're alone, because you're not. Alright? You're never alone. We all struggle. We just struggle differently. But back to my story. I did a lot of stupid things. I grew up, and whenever I was about 17, 18, I got into some relationships that were not the best for me. I moved schools because of the bullying, moved back home, where it seemed like everything was perfect. My drinking was still really bad. I started getting into drugs a little bit more. Mostly pot, but there was a few other things. And I got into what I thought was a good relationship. I dropped out of school because I had no need to go to school anymore. I had everything. I thought I had it. Whenever I turned 18, I came into a trust fund that I got whenever I got in my wreck. That money was gone in 6 months because I had so many things that I had to get. Like, I had to get my alcohol, I had to get my drugs, I just had to get it all, you know. I started going to the hospital so that my insurance would pay for one of my habits, which was pills. But I eventually got out of that relationship and got into an even worse relationship whenever I was about 19 or 20. And during this relationship, my drinking got so much worse. I was waking up drinking and going to sleep drinking. And in the middle of all of that, your girl was on meth. So whenever I was going to sleep, it was, I don't know, for a few hours. And then I was up for a few days. And playing video games was my thing because the relationship that I was in, I was not allowed to have a job. I wasn't allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to do anything. It was really bad. The drugs it took over my life, and I was like, you know what, I've had enough. So whenever I was 22, 23, oh my god, my memory is so bad. I said, I'm getting away. So I moved to Tennessee, which in my head was the best thing I ever did for myself. I was getting away from drugs. I was getting away from bad people. I was getting away. And then I got into a relationship while I was in Tennessee. This relationship was better, you know. I wasn't on drugs. I moved to Tennessee and I had absolutely no contact with anybody that I knew except for my cousin, who I thank every day for getting me away from that stuff. But I don't really understand what was going through my head, because now that I look back, I'm just like, I'm so stupid. But I moved to Tennessee and I started bartending. And bartending in Tennessee is amazing. The money was amazing. I can't even tell you how good it was. But the only thing about that money is it helped support my drinking even more. And to the point to where I was hospitalized at one point because of the drinking. And it's just, I can't imagine going back to that same person that I was. Okay, because it was horrible. But let's skip forward, I guess. This relationship that I was in, he was not a bad person, but he lied a lot, so it just made things worse for me. So I left and moved in with some friends, which that turned into a shit show all on its own. I don't even know where to go from there. I will say the best thing that came out of Tennessee was the friends that I made. They supported me. I mean, they had my back. They're amazing people. They still are. I still talk to all of them. They're amazing people. But eventually, after being hospitalized and finally realizing I had a problem, I moved back home and I moved in with my grandparents. Now, I have a lot of respect for my grandparents because they have done so much for me. The first few months of me being back home, the drinking continued because I went straight into bartending again. Whenever I got home, I was out drinking again every night, doing what girls do whenever they're drinking. And come to find out, I got pregnant during one of those nights. And I didn't know for sure that I was pregnant until I was already like 4 months pregnant. And thank God, I'm so happy. My daughter was a blessing. It's the time I found out that I was pregnant, I completely changed. I quit drinking. I quit everything. It was just, she was a blessing. I mean, she still is. And I really hate the fact that her dad is not in her life. 'Cause he's seriously missing out on the best kid ever. I mean, she's the best. But I hate who I used to be. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have this amazing life with these amazing people. And I don't regret anything at all. I regret I don't know, nothing. I wish I would have found out that I was pregnant with my daughter sooner, but you know, she's perfect in every way. I mean, she's so smart. She's got a daddy now. And he's just so amazing. But let me go back to what I was saying before. Is if I was successful in attempting suicide, I wouldn't have been able to learn from mistakes. Wouldn't have been able to teach my daughter, not to make those mistakes. I wouldn't have my daughter. I wouldn't have, I don't know, she wouldn't be here. So, I want this to be a lesson to everybody. Just, I guess it all started with bullying, like, don't be mean. Don't be mean to people. It affects them more than you know. Like, way more than you know. And I'm sure that, like, 90% of the people that bullied me in high school are watching this right now, like, laughing. Because, look at me. I'm still over here, upset about it? No, I'm not upset about it. These are happy tears because I'm a survivor in a way, People, I want people to learn from me. You can come back from anything. Don't let depression get the best of you. Don't let anything. There's people who you can talk to that can help, and I'm one of them. You can message me on Facebook, you can message me on Instagram, Snapchat. Just let me know. Let me know what I can do to help you get through whatever is bothering you, because you're tough. We all go through things, but I just want you to sit here and I want you to think that if you were to attempt this, if you're wanting to, then I want you to know, okay, I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. You are not ending your pain and suffering. Let me tell you that much. You are taking that pain and suffering and you're passing it on. You're passing it on to your family, to your friends. It's not making things better. It's just making things worse. And another thing, whenever it comes to depression, alcohol is not the answer. Alcohol is actually not an antidepressant. It is a depressant. And it will make you feel 20 times worse than what you felt before. So I want you guys to take a message from this, whatever it may be, because I'm just kind of on here rambling, but I want you guys to just stop and take a look. If things would have went differently for me 20 years ago, I'm only 29. If things would have went differently for me like 15 years ago, and I was a successful person at attempting things, I would not have what I have now. It's just that. I want you to stop and see where you could be in 10 years and just look at me. I have the absolute, like, it's not perfect, but perfect isn't what I'm going for. I'm going for happy, and that's what I am. So I don't know what message you guys can take from this, whether it's just be nice or if it's just that you're not alone. Just take something from this and just, I'm always here, guys, if you need somebody. And until next time, I want you guys to have a fantastic day. I want you to smile, and I guess that's it for this, vlog, this emotional train wreck that I just recorded. But until next time, guys, stay positive and smile.